Keeping ScoreJames Paxton's no-hitter was the first thrown by a Canadian pitcher in Canada. CreditTom Szczerbowski / Getty ImagesOne pitched 9 innings and did not allow a hit. The other faced 7 batters and did not record an out. It is hard to imagine 2 starts in one night being more different than the ones recorded by James Paxton of the Seattle Mariners and Dylan Bundy of the Baltimore Orioles on Tuesday. Paxton, a 29-year-old from Ladnor, British Columbia, became the first Canadian to throw a no-hitter in Canada when he blanked the Toronto Blue Jays, striking out 7 and allowing 3 walks for a 5-0 victory and the third no-hitter of the season. Bundy, a 25-year-old right-hander, took the hill against the Kansas City Royals and threw 28 pitches to 7 batters. By the time Baltimore manager Buck Showalter came out to pull him for a reliever, Bundy had allowed 5 hits, 4 of which were home runs, and 2 walks, and all 7 batters had scored. The Royals would eventually win, 15-7. By the statistic game score, which was developed by Bill James to evaluate the overall performance of a pitcher, and then adjusted some in recent years by the statistician Tom Tango, the disparity between the efforts of the 2 starters was rather extreme. Paxton recorded a 95 under the Tango method, and Bundy recorded a -19, was nearly as extreme under the James method, with Paxton edging Bundy 91-10, which according to Baseball Reference ties Paxton for the season's 5th best start and tied Bundy for the 12th worst. Salvador Perez rounded the bases after hitting the Royals' 3rd straight homer against Dylan Bundy of the Orioles in the first inning on Tuesday. Credit Patrick Szymanski / Associated Press. In truth, it is hard to imagine there being 11 starts worse than Bundy's, but Baseball Reference credits Matt Moore of the Texas Rangers with the worst start of the year. Just last week, Moore threw 4 innings, giving up 11 hits and 10 runs, all earned, while striking out 1 and walking 2. That generated a game score of -1 under the James method. Tango's method actually has Bundy's start as the worst of the season, with that formula generating a score of -9 for Moore. It is all splitting hairs, of course, as Bundy was mercifully saved by his manager in a start in which he had no answers. The 4 home runs he allowed were the most ever by a starter who failed to record an out, but he was spared the ignominy of earning a share of the record for runs allowed without an out. That record, 8 runs, has been accomplished 5 times, with Paul Wilson, a starter for the Cincinnati Reds a decade ago, having the brutal distinction of representing 2 spots on the list. Paxton, on the other hand, needed just 99 pitches to steamroll the Blue Jays in his first career complete game. All 3 of his walks came in the first 4 innings, and he got some help from his defense, with spectacular plays by Kyle Seager, D. Gordon and Ben Gamel all helping contribute to the 299th official no-hitter in MLB. While Paxton did not make much of a name for himself in his first 4 seasons, he showed drastic improvement last year, with a 12-5 record and a 2.98 ERA. That was 41% better than the average when adjusted for league and home field. Even that is nothing compared to his last 2 starts, in which he has pitched a combined 16 innings, allowing 5 hits, no runs, and 4 walks while striking out a whopping 23 batters. But before Paxton or the Mariners get too comfortable, they should remember how good Bundy was against them last season. He could not have been worse today, but last year Bundy tied for the highest game score recorded in the majors when he scored a 95 in a one-hitter against the Mariners on August